Hey guys, well, I guess the other day, or was it last night? I can't remember. I was dicking around a little bit. I got this hooked up. I didn't modify it at all, but as you can see, the valves are at different positions. These two are very close, and this one's wide open. These are very slightly restricted, and that one's, like I said, wide open. But when I stick my hand underneath, I'm getting pretty even flow through all of them. So, thank you to, can't remember what your name was without looking it up, for suggesting playing with the valves. So that was awesome. But anyways, yeah, I got my T here and a propane regulator and hose. This is gonna go, actually this piece will thread into here. This will go like that, propane will inject into it, and then the blower will blow it into here and out there. So yeah, I guess I'll just get working on that. Now the propane hose will go there. I'll have a propane bottle somewhere. I gotta get one of those still. But I guess the next step. Holy, someone just ripping down the alley. Anyways, the next step would be to take the top and bottom off and sand them smooth or grind them smooth. Probably gonna have to do a fair bit more on the top, just so I can get rid of that gap in there. Yeah, so it's not good to have that gap. But yeah, if I had a propane bottle, I could probably fire this. Look at the fly. You son of a bitch. Are you dead? Not dead. Yeah. So I don't have a grinder either. Not here. What to do? I don't know. Maybe I'll work on a knife then. Oh, I figured out something I could do. I need to hang my belts. So I could maybe take this pole out and suspend it somewhere, or maybe even keep it there. And then make some hooks or something and hook all my belts onto it. So I need some belt storage. They're not doing any good sitting there. So I'll do that. Well guys, I did a whole bunch of work. Yeah, I swept and cleaned up a bunch of stuff, moved a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's freaking way bigger now. So much room for activities. Yeah, so I'd freaking massively increased the shop space, because my 38s were here, I think? Or no, you could stand, they're right about here. And then, yeah, the Corolla tires, or wife's car tires were here. I had crap piled out to there, and there was a little hideaway in there. So I just freaking stuffed everything back further and cleaned it up and organized it a little bit. But yeah, there's so much more room now. And I went and swept around everything, and yeah, I'm gonna have to put something to catch sparks off of this, because there was some spots where the sparks were like stuck to the floor, so I had to friggin' get those off. And then yeah, it was actually a pretty decent pile. It was heavy, filled the dustpan up. But yeah, I got a whole whack of tools and stuff I gotta put in my toolbox and clean the toolbox off first so I can move it over here. And then what I'm probably gonna end up doing is pulling everything out of the toolbox all over the floor and go through it, see what I use, what I got lots of, and then set it up so I got wrenches and sockets and hammers and whatnot. And then yeah, that'll be functional. And then I can maybe get this thing firing up. But yeah, I need to fabricate some freaking seat or something for it. But anyways, for anvil, I think probably right about here. And of course my shoes aren't marking, so yeah, because it's right close to the forge. That's probably going to be moved when I start working on this. But yeah, because you want your piece close to your working area close to the forge, so that you're not running halfway across the shop with a friggin' glowing red hot piece of steel that you could drop. And then yeah, I got my wood chop saw there and my steel chop saw at the shop still, or at work. I gotta get that thing moved. It's all covered in freaking wood dust from my other project. This over here had neighbors probably about 2 blocks away, I guess. We're cutting a whole bunch of trees and stuff down, so I grabbed one of the little stumps. It was about 4 inches longer than this. You can see I started cutting into it already. But anyways, I cut a small section of it out and then made another one of those phone holder thingies. So basically you take your phone and you freaking set it into it, and it'll have a little bit of a lean back to it. I made another one. I posted it on the Facebook. So yeah, made another one out of wood. And really the cool thing I like about it is that I took back down. Well, I'll just show you the cutoff. This lighter section, lighter? I guess, no, darker. I guess it's darker. Is the heart of the wood. And you can see it on the top all the way down, and it continues on at the base where you slide your phone in. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And then I got those 2 knots in there, which also look cool, but whatever. So I'm getting into woodworking a little bit too, I guess. Comes with the territory, I guess, making scales and stuff. I was actually a little bit nervous about making scales and stuff because I've freaking hardly ever worked with wood. No, actually that's not true. I took wood shop in class, or in school, so yeah, I made a freaking desk and I made a table. Made a bunch of stuff actually. Yeah, I don't know what I was all nervous about. I'm actually not bad at woodworking, so like I don't have anything to do woodworking, but the belt grinder is good enough, I guess, and my handy dandy chop saw of chopping. So yeah, I guess yeah, quick little update for you guys. I gotta find out a place to put all my friggin' scrap steel, like put it in different groups. Don't go and get too close to those belts. There was a spider in it. I picked up all the belts, and then there's a freaking spider crawling down towards me on one of them. I was like, ugh. Anyways, ADD much. Set up a couple of boxes or something so I can have my spring steel in this one, my high carbon steel in this one, mild steel in this one, blah 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 in this one, blah 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 in this one. Set it up like that. I think that'd be probably the way to go. And then, oh man, I just buried that. I gotta get a few pallets underneath that so that when I am needing more waste oil, that's my drain valve, and it is literally about 3.5 to maybe 4 inches off the ground. There's no way I'm going to be able to get a container underneath that, so yeah, if I get it up off the ground, I can freaking fill up buckets or whatever. And then eventually I'm going to run this thing off of waste oil as well as propane. I'll use propane to get it started, and then because I've got so damn much of it, I can run it off of waste oil. What I was thinking is using this thing, because I already put a friggin' thing in the bottom of it. Look, you can tell. And that will have a line going down into like some kind of pump or something, and then that pump will pressurize it. And I was thinking about doing a forced injection, oil injection on this, but I don't know, that might just get all complicated and stuff, and I just want it simple. Right now propane is simple. Waste oil should be simple. So I might just do a drip feed or something. But I'm gonna have to figure out where to have that, probably before this, but then again, if it clogs, I don't know, I'll look that up and do some research on waste oil injection, figuring out what guys are running and whatnot. So even if I gotta replace these with T's and run a friggin' a line in each one of those, that's no big deal. Or even here, I don't know. I don't know, but I probably should have shut-off valves for each one of those lines, and I'll have to suspend that. Well, if I'm going to do the drip method, it'll have to be higher than the ends of the nozzles or tubes or whatever. But if I do a pressure injection, then I could put it frickin' on the ground anywhere. But again, I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do first. And then I might not even end up using that. I might end up having to harvest a friggin' steel cylinder or something. Speaking of steel cylinders, that's way too nice to cut up. I've got this oxygen bottle that I cannot fill. Yeah, I'd have to go buy a contract or whatever, and I forget who it's through. And there's no label on it either, so yeah, good luck. Good luck, but acetylene's full. Anyways, yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick video, which ended up being a mostly rambling video. You guys hardly saw me do anything, but way she goes sometimes, I guess. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care. I do have something on my face. Nice.